Hopefully we didn't miss our window. Like we had more than 20 minutes here. Oh yeah, we got points. Question is, do I want to set that to a thought? Or no, yeah, we're still working on a thought, so... let's boost rhetoric for now. Go to pain threshold. Oh yeah, I'm working on convincing that door to open, so yeah. Let's go. So head in and then head upstairs. What was that other thing in the notes? Probably just... We got a oh, another white check. Probably the white check's for her. Oh wait, no, it was down here, right? Yeah. Door on the left there. Oh, you are here. Hey, buddy.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds.
We found a key hidden under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Okay, like, my answer would be try not to screw anything up. Or make them spectacular. Alright. Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up.
Beautiful.
I like this guy, he says again. A nearby street lamp casts its shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods toward door 28. By the way, I'm really digging the view here, pointing to the city skyline.
That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark.
Wait. Suddenly you're digging things?
Okay. Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Okay. Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Thank you, Perception, for picking that up.
I've got to run.
On where?
Something tells you you're never
There you
going
go.
to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Alright, run
To
where?
the city. It's a beautiful night.
Alright. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll
What?
talk.
Oh, maybe he thinks I'm hitting on him. That's gotta be one of the hints for that potential relationship. Alright.
Take care, all right?
And we got 70 experience. That's another point. Alright. And then we'll probably get some experience for the Sunday friend, so rhetoric me again, baby.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Alright. He's always leaving, Kim. Why? Oh, yeah, he's always leaving. Why is he always leaving,
Who
Kim?
knows, detective? It's a mystery.
Aw. There's something just so different about him that I can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
Alright. There's something just so mysterious about the way he talks and moves.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks.
Lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. Very mysterious.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting.
He knows the guy's just fucking with me. He knows it.
Detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Alright. Let's meet the Sunday friend. Oh, who the fuck are you? Quarterly Business Magazine. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Empty ashtray. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Nothing else in the kitchen. Okay. Looked like there was something under the bed. Old photo of the same apartment. Dated year 01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Oh, what's this? Honestly, that feels like a vibe. Party Dragon Silk Robe. What are you? Oh. That looks a little racist. Well, no, not necessarily. If we were making a caricature with it. Okay, but I might as well take it. Exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Hey, we also didn't determine whether that guy was Samaran, so. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. Okay. Let's have a chat with your Sunday friend. Yep, that's all we got left.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
So I'm going to take anything he says with a grain of salt.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability.
Oh, God. A fucking economist. Insufferable.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally,
Thank you.
it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
Alright. What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
Coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
Sorry.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Alright. Okay, what is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
We had social stability before capitalism, you fuck.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce.
Okay, but like, let me run this one by you, buddy. What if we just gave people bread?
That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Okay, sure, give me a leaflet. If nothing else, I can wipe my ass with it.
Is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
Filth.
But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today.
Oh no.
Too bad.
My ass will go unwiped.
All our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
Okay. Heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Okay, Kim, so what I'm hearing is that we're moral intern bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
I guess. Alright. So, are you a moralist?
But of course,
But why?
because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Alright. But what is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, sur la clé,
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Alright, so moralism, okay, I want more action. Okay. The ideology of foreign occupiers. Alright, here we go. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Ah, my friend.
Yeah, I think the Revacholians one is a bit more nationalist.
Does not work.
Alright. Didn't work as the coalition crushed it violently.
Oh, yes. The big bad coalition crushed the revolution. Tell me, if the revolution was succeeding, would it have been crushed so easily? Are we really so bad for wanting compromise, peace, and prosperity on reasonable, achievable terms?
God, what a mealy-mouthed
Ask
cunt.
yourself that. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Alright. Okay, so you're some kind of bureaucrat.
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
Alright. What is this international community?
Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Maybe you shouldn't have arrived here. Tell me about Sur-la-Clé.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the human development and...
Oh god, these fucking indices. They're always set by the standards who create the indices, and they're fucking bullshit. Alright. The executive heart of EPI.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries.
Ugh.
Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings, that can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sur-la-Clé's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Oh, of course.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Do you have something wrong with IKEA? Alright, tell me about Oran.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who,
Oranje,
as a
sorry.
core member of EPIS, contributes-
EPIS has to be like a UN equivalent or NATO equivalent.
Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranier is probably the most prominent member of the national community.
Alright. But outside of EPIS, what is
Oranien's
Oran?
economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
Can't you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje. Just tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Ugh. Alright, enough business, let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
Why is that?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
Alright, what is this EPIS thing you keep telling me about?
A program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
Two things I don't give that much of a fuck about. Maybe rationality,
It was
but definitely not
such a wild
commerce.
success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And
Ooh.
the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
What do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it gonna be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is the Revachol going to be part of
It's
EPIS?
one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
Didn't you say that candidate members never become full members?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation.
So when somebody feels like
But
it.
we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
Alright. You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we're just talking about him?
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Okay, fine, but what's his name?
Sir, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
These are my fucking methods. So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the
He's
arts.
deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Alright, thanks for nothing.
As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is.
Oh, we got another skill point. Hell yeah. Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design?
He has no fucking clue. He doesn't
The
care.
world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
Alright, how did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night?
Woo!
Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol.
One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
Ugh.
There's a joke here, and you know what it is.
I don't want to make the masturbator joke. Alright. What do you mean?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this
How did this get turned into improv?
very creative. Helps relieve stress.
A chill runs down your spine as you envision a half-dozen people in professional attire standing around a chair, awkwardly pretending to be waiting for a motor bus. It's neither funny nor creative.
Like, I can both appreciate the attack on bad improv and also acknowledge that a fair amount of stuff I like consume on YouTube and whatnot comes from people versed in improv. All right. What are you doing in this apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside.
Listen.
He says, raising his hand.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen.
He says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about it?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
Alright, had something else in
I'm all
mind.
ears, officer.
So you actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Alright. Start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening.
We're not going to get anything out of this fucker, are we?
I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
I was right. Alright, so who were they? Can you
I
describe
couldn't
them?
see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
Okay. He pauses looking for the right wording.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
That's fair. How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
That sounds about right for who was in the
The
booth.
lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge? Like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
So the big guy wasn't there. What happened
I
next?
went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Okay. Were they men? Women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
What ethnicity?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Alright. And what happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
You're right, that does seem strange.
I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't check your watch? Good catch, since he's been fucking checking his watch all the time.
Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Do I want to be a dick? Yes.
I'm
Well, that was a waste of time.
More assistance.
Okay. Oh, got all I can get,
A moment.
if not what I need.
Officer, do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Alright. Hold on, why can't we talk
It's
later?
against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time.
Shout out to the game actually like warning you this guy's gonna leave. Okay.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I feel like there was a solicitation here, and like that's why he knows nothing about this guy. They just hook up on Sundays. Alright. Just wanna look around the apartment.
Go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Okay, so yeah, just double check to see if anything else popped up to investigate. Nope. Okay. We'll talk to him one last time to say
Was
goodbye.
there anything else? Of course.
Okay. Well, that's that. So how many more reports do we have? Just one. We'll open a slot so we're ready for the derealization one. Alright. Not sure what I want to stick there, but we're going to put derealization kind of in the center. Okay. Save just in case, although again, I think the only thing we saved, Scum, was that one door. Moderacy and everything, even in moderacy. Go to hell. Alright, well. We got our witness taken care of. Right, it's 10 p.m. I'll see if What's Her Futz is still around. I want to ask one more stretch of questions, but then I'll probably call it a night after that.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
No more questions about reality?
In basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Alright, I want to know what you are. Let her think.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking, revealing a canine.
Wait, what's an ultra? Alright, actually, well, we learned about the other. Dios mío, draw a cross. A liberal.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a man of the left,
I
no?
wish he caught that much.
Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, are you repulsed?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
You're a monster.
That's a pity. I hope we can remain collegial despite the fact that I'm a high priestess of the capital. Don't take it personally. It was only business, as they say.
Ugh.
Honestly, I may have even preferred it, had the communards won. Who knows? They might really have built something better.
They would have.
But they didn't, because they lost. When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake.
So she's not completely irredeemable, just mostly.
She realizes her small, cold fists are clenched. She loosens them.
There's the years of guilt they mentioned.
Then for my daughters, we had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isla down rather than let them have it.
You're a smart woman.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
You're no dummy yourself.
So am I.
Smart boy getting smarter, one basic term of reality at a time.
So you're a patriot?
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Seditious talk, man.
You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
You know what? Let's wrap up the non-roll questions. What is this?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
I mean, what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot.
I meant a little bigger than that.
Or two.
What is Rue de Saint-Ghislaine 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off. Splat, splat.
Cindy, I love you. From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy the Skull gives Joyce the evil eye, her red paintbrush held to her throat.
You could be wrong. But from here it appears as if she's running the brush across her throat in a soaring motion.
Wonderful.
Alright. What is that?
The girl in the old lady rags.
Sure.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay. I understand everything. Make it more complicated somehow.
That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critique.
There's the heart of the matter.
Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead.
Things to get co-opted all the time.
What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
Alright. I think I may be part of an infraculture.
And what would that be?
Disco.
I
Absolutely.
can see that, yes. I dabble in those dark arts myself, not so long ago. I assure you, it was a thoroughly supracultural phenomenon. All permeating. Downright mandatory. Nothing infra about disco, baby.
Your disco?
Those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I would say I was more of a new girl. Disco was a minor, but still enjoyable facet of the whole thing for me.
The new?
The new. The cultural era. And the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It came out of post-revolutionary revival. It was ultra-liberal.
So basically the 80s.
It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-colored...
So the 80s.
By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of age. Now,
Sounds fun. I can't remember a single thing.
wasn't it Guillaume Le Million who said, if you can remember the new, you weren't there?
Alright. Guillaume Le Million. I was just thinking about that guy. Whatever happened to him?
Ah, yes. This is not very central to reality, is it?
I still want to
I
know.
can't be 100% sure, but I believe he died due to complications from venereal disease.
Which one?
All of them.
So you're saying he didn't vanish in a puff of stardust.
I'm afraid no. But then again, one can't...
I forget where Guillaume came up in an earlier
part of his mystique.
part of the playthrough. This is what
Ask someone
happens
else
when you
to
miss a
get
bunch of
more
weeks.
Champagne-colored take.
Interesting.
Anyway, what other basic facets of reality should we discuss?
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Okay. Let's go in. I'm going to call it a night. And we'll finally be on day 3, which means you should be able to use the bridge. We can, as they say, take it to the bridge. Just reading the name of the place on the window. Forgot how literal it was. I find it interesting that they pointed out that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we presume there was an 8th, right? Yeah, okay, so that does line up with that count. I did autosave, so yeah, I guess we can call it a night. I think we talked with this guy, but I'll double check. Okay, it's all about money, you know. Unfortunately, yeah. And we couldn't talk to the bar patron. Okay. But yeah, I was saying, it's interesting that they referred to Cindy being in rags.
Yes?
Oh, nothing. See you in the morning.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Sleepy. But yeah, just time for an ad.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Alright, we're going to run the ad there, and then I probably have another dream sequence coming up, so we'll get that when I pick up. Or come back. BRB. Alright. Sorry I ran a couple minutes long. I had to, well, more like a minute long. Longer than usual. I had to grab some drink. Anyway, let us pick up how we sleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself.
Didn't mean to tap the mic there. Alright.
You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why is that?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
What kind of pain are we talking about here?
In your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way.
Oh, great.
As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
Okay, these are my just desserts. I'm an artist, liver damage by art. I will endure this pain with dignity. Unfortunately, that is kind of my mindset. Wait, well... Yeah.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror.
I only checked a second, well, maybe a third time.
To admire all your accomplishments. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Alright, the betrayal thing is like my edgy teen thoughts, but honestly... I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
I mean, I'm warming up to the locals, at least. Some of them.
Interesting.
There we go.
Has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
Perception, I like you.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Yeah, it's called ADHD.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Well, at least it was slightly less traumatic than the last one. Slightly. Alright. Woof. We actually get a shower? No.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Another beer for now? Alright, let me,
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Alright, let's go for it.
The force
Woo!
is terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place.
It's not quite a wrench,
You
but it's
handle
kind of a
the
wrench.
cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The force
Sometimes the tool you need is the tool you have.
the steam stops.
Hell yeah.
Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
Damn right.
The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Ah, it's still not looking great, but we're gonna let the mirror be for now. Oh, that probably connects to... I think we figured out last time that probably connects to our boys' room. Is there anything we do about the window?
Stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Have I not looked at that yet?
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Neat. Alright, well. Check my notes as soon as we get out here. Alright. Oh, that out of the way, check for the mirror, probably. Yeah. Kuno hasn't come back to reroll yet. I thought we stole the book. Unless there's one to put it back. What we're supposed to do with the ice cream maker. Oh, tasks. Close the water lock. Oh yeah, we had to find a way into the chimney too. Maybe we get a ladder? Oh, we never called in the number on the armor. Okay. We do that first. I knew I forgot something. Morning?
Yes?
Okay, that's the Kim White check.
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Looks don't matter, it's what on the inside that does.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm going by here.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Oh, they're cops, okay.
It looks like it's
I
been
just
a rough
noticed the
week for me.
jackets.
It's not just this week. What you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head.
Okay.
Similar, but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Okay. Cool shades you were wearing a disguise. He looks at you inquisitively.
Waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy?
Kim, who's this asshole?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Great. Got some questions for you. I'm okay. You know what? Fuck it. Let's roll.
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
I understand the uniform is metaphorical. I'm actually seeing the working class, right?
I want to say, yes, I think.
We'll level with me here for a second. Are you working class?
Politics again. You know what I'm more interested in?
Me solving the case of the hangman?
You solving the case you're on. I'm passionate about that. So maybe get to it.
Alright. Okay then, see you around.
Shout for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar.
There we go.
Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Wait, your voice. I recognize it.
Really? I wonder where.
Lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
Yes, I haven't seen you before.
Okay then. It's probably a coincidence. People
Oh, fuck
sound
this
alike.
guy.
Goodbye.
Alright. So to talk to her. Oh, there we go. Are you less of an asshole?
An RCM patrol officer's uniform. winces as she notices you.
Hello.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
I want a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
Definitely not the cavalry.
Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
You haven't wronged me. It's okay.
She shakes her head and breathes out.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
Are you by any chance working class?
Well, raising 2 children and half a husband on a patrol officer's wage? Yes, I guess I am working class.
Alright. Do you want to rise up and tear down the entire fucking system with me?
Okay, sort of. But not with you. Like you are now. Don't take this the wrong way.
Alright. Possible comrade. So what precinct are you from? Wait, are you with him?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
He's an asshole.
An asshole. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
That's great.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
Alright. So what precinct are you from?
Precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Sunglass wearing man pushes through his teeth.
An intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Okay, goodbye. Alright, it's 25 a day, right? I don't know.
Help you. Got the 20 rand.
20, yeah, okay, that's not bad. Just get that out of the way.
You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
So we're gonna make at least 1050, 1060.
You know, there might be other places to sleep on this coast. You'll find one eventually.
Oh, really? Alright. Anything new with you?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Nope. We're good.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge. The cobalt blue surface fit old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. For it
Oh, we got
leads
that
to the
before.
side building, adjacent to this one.
Okay.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and
Nothing else. Stay masculine. What's the all about the money guy? Okay, we're close to a level up. Alright, so let's go phone in that armor thing so before I forget a second time. Where are you going?
inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Alright, radio?
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Yeah, could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it.
E50 100 1000, make and model the armor is Fairweather T500 VE.
Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Really wish I'd remembered to do that yesterday.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service. The crown jewel...
The Insane Clown Posse.
...diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition...
Oh, so we had... so EPIS had been mentioned earlier, alright. We could try Sylvia again.
Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes, hello?
Hey Sylvia, it's the police again?
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice. So
there was nothing new there.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
I can ask again.
No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
Nope, we're good.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
You see a set of steering levers.
Alright. So we ran the armor. Okay, that's got a timer going. Where's the rest of the armor? Authority. I guess we could ask what's his futz about the tattoos. Doubt there's anything new with you, but
for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Got a smoke? Okay, probably because I called him a fascist. All right.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Nothing new. Oh wait, that wasn't the way around. We check this? I feel like we did, but maybe I missed it.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever.
Okay.
And the unlocked drawer slides out. The drawer slides shut.
Guess we need more volition to do that one. This guy's tatted up, so he might know about them?
He continues to betray your degeneracy.
I'm trying to remember what the way around was to... Oh, wait, is it jump from the top, or...? No. Oh, that was
the payphone hangs mutely.
There we go. Stairs. It's like, I thought there was a way through. Right, how's my... or no, it's, shipping containers over here. It's down and around to the back. Yeah, up there. Okay. And I guess we'll just take it to the bridge.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. Despite
yeah, buddy.
Surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
Hello, is there anybody in there?
The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face. There's someone in there? I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism
inside
the door.
Mega rich light bending guy.
Can't be serious.
What the fuck? I guess it's definitely mega rich and light bending. Bruh. This was not what... I don't know what I expected, but it certainly wasn't this.
Of the shipping container, it's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital.
Ugh.
The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
Let's squint.
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter.
I think it's wiggling a little bit.
Directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, and echo.
Okay.
Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard.
Alright.
The general stillness, only your tongue moves. flickering as you utter.
What's going on in here?
Welcome. Not too much, actually. Just pleasantly surprised to have company today.
Okay.
Hear him, exactly. Yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
What you can see of his body appears composed in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?
Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days.
Okay.
Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Theodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
My name is Harry, and I'm an alcoholic detective.
Pleasure to meet you, Harry. Though I'm sorry to hear a good public servant like yourself is in servitude to the drink. A man can't serve two masters in my experience.
Why serve any?
I can assure you, Mr. Theodore, that despite his vices, he is a competent detective.
Thanks, Kim.
Oh, don't you worry, Lieutenant. I can tell a good man when I see one.
Alright, what are you doing in this container?
This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
Let's speak highly of the whirling in rags. Actually, I don't know. Well, the thing is, the guy there's a douche. Let's go bigger picture. District of Revachol, the former capital of the world.
Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stella Maris. I wonder if it's still there. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
As they should. So why don't you help them? You've got so much money, it can't make a difference to you.
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls.
Fuck you.
Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to.
What about the rest of us?
Luxury yachts,
Oh, fair enough.
high-security portable radio systems, bail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle?
No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
The bending light appears to wink. How'd you become so rich?
Not this again.
What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune.
I mean, I appreciate that he's down to business, but...
was an extremely high net worth individual back in Graz.
Oh, great. Yep.
Was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Actually, at the level this guy is, It takes several generations to do that. But, alright.
Okay. What's it like being like that?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what.
Must be nice.
My lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them,
Okay.
really?
Glory to the fatherland? No. Okay, you're a thief. People are out there working their asses off while you chill here.
That's what? Unjust? I think it's perfectly just.
Okay. This tone ever so slightly less agreeable than before. You're using your money as its own justification.
I used to be an idealist just like you, but the truth is that we have no objective system by which to measure someone's value other than the market. We should just embrace that rather than resist it.
Or, you know, just not have an objective system.
The hand that allocates resources among men is invisible and cruel.
Oh god, he's an invisible hand fucker.
Steady, measured, indeed, it is just.
Fuck off.
Capital makes one speechless, does it not? Blinds like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
Thanks, buddy. There's something strange about you. This essence seemed to signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different.
Are you talking about my chin?
No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light.
That's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
What the fuck does that mean?
Weiss-Wiesemann
Oh, thank you.
coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the
So this world has like a physics issue.
it means one person possesses
That's a great metaphor, actually.
among that group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
Are you telling me that you're so rich the light literally bends around your face?
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
Die.
No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Okay, maybe it's just the way I see things.
Imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
Alright. You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money?
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money.
Perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know,
As my eyes drift down to the character portraits.
cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think they only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
Sure, you don't know. It gets me almost nothing.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
-2 art degree useless. That's great. Alright, well. Thanks for your time.
Stopping by. If you ever have an idea you want to pitch me, I'm all ears.
I want to pitch you into the sea, but whatever. I kind of regret opening that up, but now that we did, I don't have to worry about dumping so readily into rhetoric. I mean, we've got room for conceptualization, but I don't want to invest in anything. I kind of want to tune into the city. Although, volition to keep morale up, I might as well get that out of the way. And I am feeling a little more confident now. Yeah, let's double volition.